Welcome to RPUp. In this video, we'll discuss about UiPath queues. Queue is a container that enables us to hold an unlimited number of items. Queue items can store multiple types of data, such as invoice, informations, or customer details. That information can be processed in other systems, SAP or Salesforce or instance. So if you want to know the complete detail about queues, then watch the complete video. We'll discuss here in detail. And if you have not yet subscribed this channel, consider subscribing and pressing bell icon for more updates. So as I said, the queue is a container that enables us to hold an unlimited number of data. We can add n number of data in queue. The data stored in and out from queue items is free from by default. For situations where a specific schema is needed, such as integration with other applications, processing of machine generated forms, or for analytics, we can upload custom JSON schema to ensure that all queue item is in the proper format. In UiPath Orchestrator, newly created queues are empty by default. To populate them with items, we can either use the upload functionality in Orchestrator or Studio Activities. The latter also enable us to change the item status and process them. As soon as queue items are processed, they become transactions. So you can see here, there is a one queue is created here. If you want to create a new queue, here you have to add the queue. Click on create a new queue, or you can add link from other folder. So let's create one queue here. So I'm giving the name of the queue as Q2. Then description about the queue and max number of retries. Let's say if any transactions fail, it will automatically retry the whatever numbers we have provided here. So queue enable us to create large automation project underlined by complex logic. So if we want to do the retry of when the server failure is occurred, it will retry again. So whatever number we have provided here. Unique reference number is, if you want to add the unique reference number, we can select yes, otherwise we can keep as no. Auto retry, if we are selecting yes, then only we will get this option, otherwise we will not get any specific options. Subsequently, we can create another process that gathers the information from orchestrator and uses it to perform additional tasks, such as paying the invoices in different applications, postponing their payment according to their due date or value, sending emails to accounting team every time a bill is paid, etc. The queue pages enable us to create new queues. It also provides us with viewing access on previously created queue, charts with the transaction status, progress over time, and on various other details such as average execution time and the total number of successful transactions. Item status are controlled by RPA developers when they create an automation project, while revision status are controlled in Orchestrator and enable us to perform version control, but only for the queue item that have been abandoned or have failed with an application or business exceptions. Failed or abandoned items can also be assigned to a viewer, which can be changed or cleared at any point if needed. Each of these changes are tracked in the history tab of the audit details window. The reviewer is in charge of accessing the current status of the transaction he is assigned to and changing the review status. The status of queue items up for revision can be changed for the review. When we talk about the schema definitions, the schema is not applied retroactively to existing transactions, only to those executed after we have uploaded the schema. We can also add a specific type of schema data, JSON schema, output data JSON schema, and analytics data JSON schema. So these are when we are giving the schema must not contain an array. For validation purpose, date time is accepted as string type. Use of data and validation of analytics data schemes requires robots and activity of version 19.10 or greater. If the uploaded schema do not contain a valid schema definition, that is URI, then the draft 07 definitions as in the below example which we have covered will be fallback. So for creation of the queue, you can see here we have to provide the different details. We can also enable the SLA predictions if we want. If we are done with this, definitely we have to click on add, and another queue will be added inside. Post that if we want to change any type of data like editing the detail about the queue, we can simply click and edit the detail about queue. If we want to add trigger, we can also create a trigger inside the queue. Now here you can see there are different sections that are available like view transactions, monitor queue, view chart, upload items. If we want to upload any type of item, we can upload it by simply browsing CSV file or any other file. Process all independently will be done. Dynamic typing will be avoided. If we have select the data, then definitely upload button will be enabled and we are able to upload the data successfully. Manage links is also available. If we want to remove any queue, we can simply click on this and our queue will be deleted permanently. If we want to view the chart about the queue like business exceptions, application exceptions, and successful transactions, we can see each and everything by this status. We can also refresh like according to the providing the filter last hours, last day, last week, and last 30 days. By using this, we can easily manage queue in successful manner. So like this, we can see that we have n number of queue and we can delete it and all n number at once time. We can also perform different several actions like filtering the data, triggering the data, and several other components will be available to do the operations. So that's all about UiPath queues. Hope you liked it. If you really enjoyed the session, consider subscribing and pressing bell icon for more updates. Thank you for watching.